do you guys think? How's Hall H doing? How you guys doing out there, man? My name's Jeff Boucher. I write for the LA Times. I do a website called Hero Complex, and I am very happy to be here. But I have a request for you with heart. Can we get a Yo Adrian? Come on. Ladies and gentlemen, Sylvester Stallone. I think they could hear that in Philly. We're going to watch a little clip, a recap of Mr. Stallone's career. Here we go.
Okay. Thank you.
What's it like for you to watch that? What do you remember?
I go, ouch, 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 ouch. No, you've heard the old cliche, it goes fast. It seems like yesterday. You're either hanging on a mountain or jumping off a waterfall, but I'm really proud to have been part of that particular kind of filmmaking where you got a chance to actually feel the rocks, feel the cold water, hang from a helicopter. It was quite an adventure.
Well, and that very spirit is what leads to Expendables, and now to Expendables 2. In a way, this is a real hearkening to that era, and does that make it special for you?
It is. It's kind of an homage to that era because I'm a product of it, and many men like me, we've been very fortunate to have been part of a kind of a genre that it just cropped up really in the early 80s, and I don't know how much longer it's going to last. And I thought, let's just try to keep it going as long as we can and bring back some true badasses and some male pattern badness, and let's see what happens.
I've heard you use the term, the last time I saw you, use the term Velcro muscles for what goes on in Hollywood after that era. Talk a little bit about
that. Well, I'm not saying it to be deprecating. It's just a different kind of action star where it's become a little bit more futuristic, a little more scientific, a little more technical, where you don't actually have to spend your life pumping iron, which it's not exactly a lot of fun. And you can be creative through CGI and being able to do things that are extraordinary. Actually, I'm a little jealous. So it's a whole different kind of action character, but totally valid, because I think each generation has to create their own heroes. And ours come from the 80s and 90s, and each generation, like I said, will come and redefine what they like through the heroes they choose to adore.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey. What?
So, and the tone of this new film, you were saying backstage that you guys have kind of found out from the first movie what the second movie is.
Yeah, when you're doing a film, when you're doing an action ensemble and you have 10 tough guys in it, you say, how do we showcase all their personalities? How do we get the best out there for the audience and still be able to tell a story and still keep the most important thing in an action film, which is the M word, momentum. You have to keep it going. Sometimes you bog down. That's why quite often they say, where's the backstory? Don't have time for the backstory. That'd be a sequel, the backstory, and just keep going and going. It doesn't quite work that way. Even Rocky doesn't have a backstory. Rocky just, boom, popped up on the street. We don't know where he came from or where he's going. So it's just dealing in the moment. So with this particular film, the first one was more of a searching. Is it more dramatic? Is it more hard R? Is it, we try to do the comedy. Some things work, some things don't. The audience is not quite sure what it is. But on the second one, you find out what works from the first one, and then you try to amplify it. So the tone, everyone's on the same page. It's like you're all playing for the same team, and you all have the same playbook. And that's what finally comes about, and that's what takes time usually in sequels, and that's why the second one, if you have it all together, can actually surpass the first one, and I think we certainly achieved that on this one.
Well, for this playbook, you're the player coach. You want to introduce the team?
Okay, team. Well, Terry Crews, here he is, playing linebacker in Another Life, and just, what can I say, the ultimate male in this one here, Terry Crews. Yeah, he's back. Uh-oh, here it is. Whoa! Okay, next man, world famous athlete, fantastic champion, truly a tough guy, also incredibly smart, fantastic. We call him Toll Road because if you get by him, it's gonna cost you a big price. It's gonna cost you a toll. All right, Randy Couture. Hey there, champ. I think he just broke my shoulder. And a guy who did break a few bones in my body, and one of my friends who've been, my God, it's been since like 1985. When he walked in, I saw the birth of a star, and it's an incredible man. And actually in this movie here, we actually tell a little bit of his real story, and we work it into the character. But I want to save that for when the film comes out. It's pretty incredible. My friend, Dolph Lundgren.
That's fantastic. It's a good team, but I think there's a seat empty. Maybe we should, well, we want to show the...
Oh, yeah.
You want me to? We're going to watch, because, in case you don't remember, we're going to watch something. Here we go. Tonight, Arnold Schwarzenegger is getting inducted into the IGN Action Hero Hall of Fame. There's somebody else in that Hall of Fame, isn't there?
What's his name?
What's his? It's Sylvester Stallone, of course.
Wow.
Why don't you bring your friend out?
That'll be my pleasure. One of my fellow brothers in the hard R business, a fella who really does it right, an incredible man, someone that I really grown to respect over the years because he's not just physical, he's a brilliant guy and very, very compassionate and a true one-of-a-kind movie star, the likes of which we'll never see again. My friend, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
It's nice to have you. It's nice for you to be back. It's good to see you. What do you think watching your reel? That's pretty exciting to go back through memory lane.
Well, I was right away, competitive. I'm sorry. I said it was
really?
Sly killed, 288 people. I killed 289 people. Yay! We always were competing. I mean, the last 3 decades, it was always like, who killed more people? Who did the most brutal killing? Who was shooting more people? Who had more muscles? Who had more oil in their muscles? Who had less body fat and all those kind of things. So it's nice to kind of now work together and with such unbelievable stunts. Look at this here. It's really great.
Well, tell us a little bit about making this film and working together for you guys and for the whole team. I mean, this was this one. It must be one for the books for you.
Well, I mean, it was really fun to go to Bulgaria and to work with this great action. I mean, we have an assembly of the best action stars, I think, in the world in this movie. It's like kind of like 10 James Bonds running around in the movie and creating all this unbelievable action. And it was also, I have to say, I was very appreciative about the fact that when I came in, they all treated me kind of like well, we know you've been out of the business for 8 years. Let me show you how to load a gun again. And Arnold, here's how you throw a punch, okay? Don't hit us, but just, throw the punch, you do a little miss and all those kind of things. And here you kick, how you kick it. So it was really like a how-to the first hour, but then they realized that they didn't lose it all. That I could get right back into the action and shoot the gun, load the gun, and do all those kind of things, or take a knife out and kill a guy and cut his head off, all those things. So all the fun things, I didn't forget. And you wish you could do some of those things when you're in politics, but I mean, you can't.
That would be a different kind of cutback for sure. Terry, you look like you're so happy. What was it like making a movie with these guys?
Hey man, first of all, I played 7 years in the NFL, and one thing we used to do right before each game, the night before, Saturday night, we would sit and watch these guys' movies.
Nice.
And one thing you gotta understand about the action genre is that it's like a religion. It really is. You get your beliefs from these movies. You get what's right and wrong from these movies. You get your inspiration from these movies. I mean, we used to come out and that would funnel us to play for a season. It was just, one experience with these guys, to be on the stage, to be in a movie with them. I'm from Flint, Michigan, okay? I should be in jail. And here I am on this stage with these guys after doing this movie. This is America. It proves it can happen. These are the guys that the reason I'm in shape right now. And I'm just telling you, give it up for these guys. Let me tell you, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, amazing. Bruce Willis, everybody in this movie is awesome.
I have to just say that, Terry, I told you that when we were filming, that we worked together 12 years ago.
That's right.
And the 6th day.
That's right.
And,
first movie I ever did.
Yeah, the first movie I've ever done. Yeah, exactly. And you have gained such unbelievable muscle size and definition. You were already muscular there. I remember in Vancouver, you were very muscular, very athletic. Since you were a star football player and all that. But I mean, to see you now, I walked into the gym in Bulgaria when you were working out, and I saw, the muscles that you have and the definition that you have and the just very little body fat. I don't know what it is, what 6%?
No, 4.5%.
What was that? I'm sorry. I insult you here. But it's really amazing to see you gaining this 25 pounds of muscles this last few years, and your acting is incredible. So it was really terrific, and I'm very proud of working with you again on this movie here. So congratulations, a great job.
I can die now. Arnold, like my muscles. I can die now.
I hope you don't take it the wrong way.
Hey baby. Got a man crush going on. I'm sorry. It's a bromance.
So Randy, one of the great things that Arnold did was go from one world into another, and reinvent himself. Terry had a similar experience, and you had a similar experience. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, it's obviously an interesting transition coming from the world of mixed martial arts and being a professional athlete, and now trying to be considered a bona fide actor, and certainly being on screen with these guys is a big step in the right direction. But I still think there's some hurdles there, and I know that Arnold probably crossed some of those hurdles too. They just looked at him as a bodybuilder, a world champion in bodybuilding, and it wasn't until maybe some of those other movies where he really got to sink his teeth into playing those characters that they said, oh yeah, okay, that guy can really act. And I think I'm still looking for that. I think Expendables is a huge step in the right direction for me.
Oh, that's outstanding. And then Dolph, I have to ask you, it's good to see you. How you doing?
What did you say?
So, if I understand right, you once punched him Sly so hard that they had to fly him to a hospital.
Well, that's what I heard. I don't know.
You totally
True,
did.
the cheap shot, for sure.
What?
He was my boss, and he said, hit me, and I did, and that was it.
It's true. I thought, let's go for some realism. For the first 30 seconds, just try to knock me out. And he did. So, So much for realism, okay? And see, it hit me so hard that I went to the hospital. I thought I was in a car accident. I said, actually, yes, it was a Volvo. Jeez.
That's great. And then, Sly, tell us a little bit about the movie, the characters, and where we find them.
Okay, these obviously these are mercenaries. They have a real sense of brotherhood, and they do crazy things together. They really don't have much of a family, so this time they go to a place. Well, they're actually going. They start off in a place like Burma or Nepal. We don't really know exactly where they are, but they're in the middle of a situation. And then I don't want to spoil it, but there's a surprise, and we meet up with other mercenaries, and then we go back home. And we go on a routine assignment. Well, it actually isn't a routine assignment. I'm sort of blackmailed almost by Bruce Willis to go on this very, very dangerous journey, even though he says it's nothing, it's a walk in the park. Well, we get into this strange place with some very, very bad guys, and horrible things begin to happen, and the Expendables are pushed to the limit. And then I'm saved. by my friendship. The other characters come in that were formulated in the first movie, like Bruce Willis and Arnold's character, and we all come together in the end for this amazing climax that I don't think will ever be seen again. It's really a one-off. It was amazing actually being in it. I said, am I in a movie? I mean, these are guys that I've seen in movies, and now we're all together. So I think we pulled off something that's pretty remarkable, and the most amazing thing is that we didn't shoot each other's heads off because we were doing choreography of actually ducking under blazing guns in live time, which I had never done before. So this turned out to be a real experiment in faith, and also dealing with guys who have three distinct different styles, and not including the other Expendables who also have their amazing styles, but they'll all come together, including with Chuck Norris. And it's really quite amazing. So I think you're in for a tremendous ride.
Arnold, one of the great traditions in action films is this idea of like the team up. I mean, going back to Dirty Dozen and Magnificent Seven, that adds an extra energy to the film, I would imagine. Was that a kind of a fun thing for you?
I think that is fun, but I have to stress again, it is so important that you work with the right people, and I think that we as Expendables is so fortunate to have such great people like Dolph Lundgren, who comes from the martial arts background and has been a champion, so he brings that kind of craft to the screen. So there is no one that has to train him now how to throw punches and how to do the kicks and all of those things. He's the real deal. The same is with Van Damme, but the same is when you see Randy. I mean, Randy has been the greatest fighter, the UFC fighter, and so when you see him in an action film, actually doing action and having those fights, it looks so wonderful. It's not something that had to be overly choreographed by a stunt coordinator or something like this. Yeah. So this, I think, and Terry, you know, with his football background and being such a great athlete, so this is what made it fun, is that each one had tremendous talents in their own field. And then to bring that and Sly did such a good job to utilize not only the personalities of those characters and their acting abilities, but also their physical talent and their background that they had. So this was really terrific to work with that. And for me also it was great because we have been trying to work on the film for many, many years, and finally this whole thing has come about because it's a natural for us to work together. We have so many things in common. I mean, we love physical fitness and the muscles, and we love action movies.
Big watches, big ring.
No one can understand each one of us. There's so many things we have in common. This is absolutely wild. What no one knows is, by the way, and please turn off your recordings and don't write it down, this is off the record. But when I came to America 44 years ago, Sly was my English teacher. So blame him for everything. Blame him.
Yo, hey.
That's good.
Jesus. We should have a spelling bee someday. We're really going to be amazing.
When did you guys meet? Do you remember, what was the first time you two met?
I remember him at the Golden Globes. That's what I really remember. And I said, who is this guy? And it's like as big as the whole table. And it was like, kind of like raining on my parade. And so Rocky wins Best Picture, and it said Best Newcomer. I go, who's he? Jesus, and he keeps staring at me and getting bigger and bigger, and and then finally, he goes, best newcomer, Arnold Schwarzenegger. I go, come on, no one's gonna, it's a joke, no one has a name like that. Are you kidding me? This guy is doomed, over, flash in the pan. And then, of course, I went, congratulations, hope you fail, like, you know. I didn't need the competition. Then Rocky won for Best Picture after I had won for Best Director, and I jump up like an idiot. I'll never forget. There was a bowl of flowers, do you remember? And I said, I have to do something to get something, reaction out of this guy. And I throw the flowers up in the air that land on his shoulders, and I was laughing all over the table, and he just went, oh, am I gonna, I can just see him saying like, am I gonna cross-pollinate this guy? So that's how we met the first time, was at that Golden Globes Award.
I remember it when you threw the flowers, and the only other reason why I remember it is because your mother came over to me, and she said to me, she said, you look like a piano mover. Thanks very much for the compliment. I really appreciate it. I loved it. But anyway, so here we are, we're working together in this film. Then right after that we did the Tomb.
The Tomb,
which
yeah, we
was
just
a
finished
prison
that.
movie which we just finished a few weeks ago, and so it has really been terrific
That's a great
to
film.
now be able to do these films. And also it's great for me to be back again, you know, from, there's some people that say Arnold was gone from acting 8 years. I said, well, there's other people like the critics that say he was never in acting in the first place. But it's okay, right? We can handle it.
So we can take it. That's great. And Terry, for you, I mean, making a movie like this, with the first one, did you know it was something special going in? I mean, the lineup, no one quite knew what to make of it.
No, I mean, you know, I remember getting a call and meeting Sly down in Beverly Hills, and again, I go into this dark room, it's like, hey, sit down. You know, and he's like, I got the part, you know, and what was so nuts is, you know, I knew it would be good because I'm a fan, I'm just like you. I would have done anything to be in the entertainment industry. I started out in security and the whole thing. I would, if I wasn't on this stage, I would be out there. And to see what it became, and that it unified a whole culture behind this Expendables. And you know, I think Expendables 2 is the movie that Sly always wanted. I mean, it was a lot of, I mean, he literally broke his neck to make the first one. And now it's like, to have Chuck and to have Jean-Claude Van Damme, to have a female expendable in Yunnan, who's a Chinese superstar, and to add the youth injection with Liam Hemsworth. Listen, it doesn't get any bigger, it doesn't get any better.
That's great. Well, you know, all over the world, people get to watch the movie stars here in Hall H. They get to ask questions of the movie stars. We got any questions out there? That's not a question.
Your wife will kill you.
Yeah, my wife is out there. Hi, baby, don't kill me.
Gentlemen,
Jedi, what up?
From another galaxy.
well, I'm a product of the early 80s, so it goes without saying that you guys are definitely my heroes. It makes me very proud that this project could come together and see all you guys in one film. My only question is there room for a Jedi in Expendables 3?
Absolutely.
Thank you for the compliment, by the way, and I just want to say, it goes the other way. I think that everyone up here appreciates so much the fans out there.
Yes.
You guys have been absolutely terrific. I just want to say thank you to all of you for your dedication, for your loyalty. Without you, we would not have the successful movies that we have, and have all the grosses and all this. So thank you, thank you, thank you for your loyalty and for being such great fans. Thank you.
The next question is from Winter is Coming.
It's Conan the Barbarian. Look at this.
Welcome home.
Yeah. It's all pumped up. Look at the abs. Things are happening. Crush your enemies.
Say happy birthday to you, Arnold and Sly and Terry Crews. Fantastic. Now, here comes the big surprise. The Hall of Heroes is in for a major announcement by Arnold tonight because he's going to tell us now if he's going to do the King Conan. This is by the ArnoldFans.com exclusive, so he knows, been waiting 30 years, so come on now, go, now!
You may want to give this guy a lift back home. You have a lot to talk about.
Thank you. And like I said, crush your enemies. See them driven before you and hear the lamentation of their women.
What is good? Your question. That's good. Okay. Next. Hello.
With all the action stars in this movie, the villain role is probably the most important, I think. Was it Jean-Claude Van Damme's work in JCVD that made you pick him as the villain?
Yeah, that certainly helped. But also, there's just guys that have it. They're just born with it, and he has it. And I've known him, we've known him a long, long time, and he's had his ups and downs, but the main thing is, I believe once you've had that star, it's just a matter to reignite it. So he comes onto the set, and he's incredible. I mean, he's doing 6-foot leaps as though he's never left, and you're absolutely right. The key to a film like this, the heroes are the heroes, but if you don't have an incredibly superior, cunning, enemy, a challenge, then everyone is a victim. So we have to sit there and go after someone who is absolutely prepared to crush us, and it's only through our resources and teamwork that we are able to eventually prevail. But he's fantastic and really, really amazing. You're going to be surprised.
Thanks.
Thanks a lot.
Hi, Hall H. It's my birthday today.
What's your shirt say? What is that?
Happy birthday.
Sign my shirt, it's my birthday.
Oh, yeah.
My question is for Mr. Stallone. I've tried to work out the answer to this myself, and I just end up making a mess. What's up with the 3 seashells?
Well, the way it was introduced, explained to me is that you kind of know how chopsticks work. Enough said. That's the way it was explained to me from the right. Okay? Don't look at me. I didn't write it. Sayonara.
Hello.
Hi, Mr. Stallone.
Yeah.
Let you know that I'm a lifelong fan. Since 1976, after seeing Rocky when I was a kid, and it's been a mission here to try and finally come out to this panel. I'm so stoked with all your movies. While I have a lot of questions, my only question is, it'd be an honor if I could ask.
Oh, I don't know. A Jedi trick or something.
Did they edit him?
I think you're not allowed to ask for things.
Did too. Go for it, Rock.
Yeah, come on.
Whatever she says. Am I drinking? You on drugs? I'm on drugs. I think I'm on drugs. What's happening?
Phone home.
This question is for Arnold Schwarzenegger. What can you tell us about the sequel to your movie Twins?
Why would they be interested in that?
I can tell you that I have been interested in doing a sequel for many years, called maybe Triplets. So I think that we have moved it along, and Ivan Reitman has shown interest again in being involved in a project. Universal Studios has been very excited about it. So, we are now looking for a great writer to write the sequel, and I'm looking forward to actually doing it because I think it will be hilarious. And I love doing comedy. Besides doing action movies, I also like to do comedies because there's a funny side to me, not only a serious side. We all have those sides, and so I think it's fun to act those kind of sides out. Okay, good. It's not a Duma.
Hey, this is for Arnold. Been an idol of yours, have like all of your movies, like 47 of them. Want to know
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
Anyways, I was wondering if you're still doing that cartoon with Stan Lee, the Governator.
So
He asked about the status of the Governator, the cartoon with Stan Lee, the Governator.
it's still being developed, and so we will announce something probably very soon. Okay? Thank you.
Hello.
You guys are awesome. I actually met Arnold on the T2 set, so you're like my idol. But question for Stallone. I was watching Rambo 2 the other day, and you say that you're expendable, and I was wondering if that's where you got the idea for the name, The Expendables.
Yeah, I did. I ripped myself off. Why not? It's a great name. It's either that or the Dependables, which I thought, soon enough. We'll get there. Why rush it?
Did you seriously say that? That's awesome. That's so funny.
Thank you.
That's good stuff.
Hi. I've watched a lot of DVD extras, and as everyone knows, sometimes it's really hard to make a movie like this. The actors go through a lot. And so I was wondering, and this is for the toughest guy in the panel, what grueling things did you go through to make a huge action film like this?
I guess he's talking to you.
Well, I think, being away from home, working 12, 14-hour days, 5, 6 days a week, it's a grind. I liken it to my experience in training camp for a fight and train 10 weeks, twice a day, every single day to get ready for that night to walk out and get in that cage. And there's a similar mental and physical experience to making a movie. It takes focus, and I think it takes a mental mindset to kind of grind it out and stay sharp and be ready to go when you have to be ready to go.
Thanks. Hello.
Hello. My question is for the entire panel. If all 5 of you right now got in a fight, who would win?
Who has the best lawyer? What do you think? I think it's the guy with the ear and the nose and the huge fist and the trophies and the world belt. Actually, it was amazing. When I would watch Randy in action, we were picking up stuntmen with bladders. I mean, it was amazing. You were just picking them out of walls. He was airmailing guys into brick walls 6 feet off the ground. I'm going, wow. Take again. No, let's do another take. I said, oh my God. The guy's arm just fell off. Okay? He lost half his face. Do it again. It was really amazing. I wouldn't want to tangle with him at all. As a stuntman, he's the real deal. And by the way, I saw some of the outtakes with you, Terry. Oh my God. When you threw that guy into that, oh my God. He sits there, he uses a guy's head as pretty much like a banjo. It was like, we were banging it against, like playing the tune with it. It was unbelievable. I mean, the power that when you throw that guy against the pillar and against the hay cart and basically knock a horse over, it's unbelievable. So it's a pretty tough group up here. But Arnold, I wouldn't put anything past this dude.
On behalf of all the women in the room, thank you for the years of muscle and action. I have a question on behalf of my brother. He wanted to ask, Mr. Stallone what his favorite Arnold movie was, and what's your favorite Stallone movie?
Junior. I said we were in competition, didn't I? And his was, he loved Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. And together we almost committed suicide. It's okay. Now, actually, he's done so many great ones, but I thought when he did Terminator 2 it set the standard for years and years to come, really.
Thanks.
I have to say that, you know, Sly was very fortunate. I think we all were very fortunate to see such great franchises coming out from him, like Rocky, like Rambo, and now the Expendables. I don't know anybody, and I've looked at the history of movie making, there's no one that has come out with that many franchises and movies that each time and the sequel comes out is better and better and better and better. And so I think that you could do another Rocky movie and pack the theaters. You could do another, you know, Rambo, and he would pack the theaters. So it is really amazing. It's a talent, and I told him that we have had many times, you know, great conversations during the shooting of The Tomb because there was, you know, enough time. But I told him that how incredible and how unique that really is. You know, to have 3 franchises like that. So I think that those are the movies that I enjoyed the most when I think back at his career.
Thank you very much.
But I think that one of the things that you should also know is, because it doesn't get enough play, but I mean, Sly is an extraordinary artist. You should see his paintings. No, it's true. And I mean, think about it. You do that on the side, and he's getting hundreds of thousands of dollars per painting. Okay. Now he doesn't want me to talk about it because maybe the IRS.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly right.
All right. I'm gonna pull back now.
That's for free.
But it's really amazing the kind of paintings. I have one of his paintings at home that he gave me for my birthday, I think it was 2 years ago.
Right.
And it is a really terrific work. I mean, I myself, I paint every so often into drawings, and or it's mostly for my kids, for my family. So I can really appreciate of how difficult it is to do this kind of work that he does. So I just wanted to congratulate him as an artist.
It's so funny, it's like, here we are, we've killed thousands of guys, but we're really painters. We're really poets. We're misunderstood.
I always wanted to pay. Be very sensitive. Very emotional.
Hello.
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 Hi.
We're brother and sister. I got her into your guys' stuff, and our question is, how has age and getting older affected your methods of continuing to train and maintain your muscles and your athletic ability?
How does, I mean, the first part, how does getting older affect the training and the message?
And your methods of training.
Oh, methods. I like methods. Well, we move a little slower, a little lighter, a little bit. Actually, it's become a bit more scientific. When Randy and Terry train, it's a whole other thing. They're more into the iron game. I know I speak for myself because there's only a certain amount of work. Your body is like a machine, and they wear out, parts wear out, and you have to now change your way of, your paradigm, your way of thinking. So I tend to be more into stretching, more into using your own body weight and trying to keep as limber as I can, because otherwise you would just keep snapping tendons, and God knows I know about that. And what do you do?
Well, I think it was very clear when we did The Tomb. I mean, that we had to do a lot of running, a lot of climbing and jumping and all this stuff. And we could do those things, but the only thing is that, you know, at night, you have to put a lot of ice on your knees, and on your ankles, and on your hip and stuff like that. So the body doesn't recuperate the same way as when you're 30 years old. So you notice that you are sore longer, that the muscles don't recuperate as quickly, and you just have to take care of your body.
Sleep
and
in
you
the
have
freezer.
to be aware of it. You have to face yourself differently when you do an action movie, so you don't do every day all out action and then nothing for a week. So you base yourself, and I think that if the stunt coordinators and everyone is sensitive to that. I think you can do all the action just the way you've always done it, but you just have to be more thoughtful about, making sure that you can do it well on the first day of filming, but also on the last day of filming.
So what you're saying is your knees did hurt at night?
Oh yeah.
Good.
My knees were swollen and they hurt, and both of us got shots.
Exactly.
Cortisone shots,
every
because
day.
we were in such pain at a certain point.
Human
that we got late.
Oh my God. Like we were in the hospital together, people thought we set that up. I mean, I like the guy, but I'm not going to take a hypo in the neck for him, okay? And he's not going to have surgery just to hang out with me. But that was a coincidence, but it just comes with the territory. It's just, actually, I've always thought it was good luck. The more injured I get on the film, the better it does. So hopefully I'll get beheaded in the next movie.
Okay, we got time for one more question. Yeah, I know. What am I gonna do?
All right, hi, how's it going? Huge fan, of course, especially, all the years that you guys have been making these films. It's incredible. Totally looking forward to be showing these to my son when he grows older to see these awesome action movies. My question is to you, Stallone. What was the inspiration to create this film and to get these amazing actors all working together to develop this awesomeness?
It's really simple. If you look back at, for example, when they have revivals, it's usually not one group or one musical group. To say, okay, we're having a revival, and it's 10 groups that were your favorites back in the day. The Clearwater Revival, the Lovin' Spoonful, Young Rascals, whatever the group was, Righteous Brothers. On their own, they may not draw as much attention because time moves on. But as a group, it's fascinating to say, I'll go see that as a group. I thought, why not, doesn't that hold true with action guys? Because the genre is changing. It's becoming more technical, it's becoming more sci-fi, and that's wonderful. So I said, I'd love to go back and revisit the genre, but I sure can't do it alone. And I don't have the clout to do it alone. But together, we bring in some new blood, we bring in some old blood, and then there's strength in numbers, and that's really what it was about. So, together, we equal one strong person. But we're really dedicated to it, we love it, and these guys, they put out for it. But that's really the key, is really, I said, how do we bring it all back into making it relevant? Well, again, because everybody here is a star in their own little world, you put it all together and you have a galaxy. I hope.
Why don't we visit that galaxy again?
Yeah, let's see that galaxy.
One more! One more!
We're gonna watch a little Expendables 2.
Yeah, let's watch this movie.
Ladies and gentlemen, they say they're expendable, but they look pretty essential. Let's hear it for the Expendables. The movie comes out August 17th. And guys, thank you so much for coming. And I think Hall H is happy you were here.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for our special guests, Mr. Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Randy Couture, Terry Crews, Dolph Lundgren, and our special guest moderator from HeroComplex.com, Mr. Jeff Boucher.